Are you the dungeon master for one of those parties that know every creature in the book? Or do you have a hard time creating challenging encounters for them because, well, they know the entire game by heart? Or do you just want to wipe them from the face of the earth? Well, maybe you should look into the Total Party Kill Handbook. This might be the most wrongly titled book I've ever held in my hands because, well, to be honest, it is not at all in any way, shape or form a book that is designed to totally wipe out your party. Instead, it is a tome full of very cool and unique encounters to put against your players, and it will really challenge them, and of course it could always, like always, end up in a TPK. Every encounter and every challenge in here has been uniquely designed to have some sort of puzzle or maybe a unique mechanic to keep your players guessing. Also, the monsters in here are not quite the same as they know from the monsters manual. But before I go any deeper into this tome, I would like to really thank the guys from 2C Gaming for sending me a big pile of their products to review on my channel. And I have to say, when I opened the package, this one immediately caught my eye. Not only for the title, not only for the artwork on the cover, but also for one sentence on the back of this book, which says, "You tell the story, the book provides the numbers." And because of me becoming a big fan of their work, I can now proudly say that I am officially affiliated with them, giving you 5% off anything you buy from their shop. If you just hit the link in the description below, use my promo code TRSQ while checking out, you will be charged 5% off anything you buy from their store. So what do you get when you buy this book? Well, first of all, 25 awesome encounters to put against your party, all scaled from level 1 to level 20. Yes, there's 25 in there, they're all very unique and they're all very well written. So let's just dig into some of my favorites. But before I do that, just check out some of the artwork in this book. My absolute favorite encounter in here must be Hydra in the basement, because, well, it has a Hydra in a basement, and like I said before, it's not just a Hydra like in the monsters manual. No, it is a cursed necrotic Hydra working together and in some way against some cursed soldiers. So let me walk you through some of the things you get when you read up on one of these encounters. First of all, there is the encounter statistics, and this is so brilliantly well made. Well, no. First of all, there's of course the summary of the encounter, then there is the encounter statistics, and like always it says things like levels, it says things like which terrain, but then there's something very interesting these guys did, and I like it very much. There is favors and foils. The favors are the things that your party can do or have, or the kind of spells or powers your party can have to make it easier on them for this encounter, and of course the foils are the things that are going to work against your party for completing this encounter. So after the summary on the first page and the amazing artwork on the second page, there is 2 pages, no, I'm lying, there is 3 or even 4 pages with the entire encounter. And I'm talking about, of course, a map with the encounter. I'm talking about stat blocks for creatures that are not in the monsters manual. You also get an entire stat block for the Necrotic Hydra, which is basically the Hydra we all know and love, but then it just is necrotic and does some very strange other stuff. You get some tactics of the Hydra, you get tactics from the cursed soldiers. You get everything to run this amazing encounter. And like I said before, every encounter in this book has been so written that there is a unique element to it that your players have to figure out if they want to survive. In this case, there is a curse, so they have to come up with a reason why the Hydra became necrotic in the first place. And there is a lot of strange encounters like this going on across the entire book. For example, a supercharged gnolls. Or a wizard with a golem as a butler. How about a puppy in the middle of a dungeon? Or an alchemist's lab with more explosive parts than you can actually count. And spiders. And a maze made of magical darkness. And then there is the second part of this book and also the third part of this book, which is the Trap Workshop. This is a 14, if I'm not mistaken, pages long workshop to create your own traps, and it is one of the most well thought out systems for building a trap that I've ever seen. I cannot even start with going into detail of this, but I'm talking about trap trigger types, component types, damage types, how big the traps are, for what level they are. You can use this system to build your own traps for your party. And then, of course, you cannot talk about traps without giving a few examples. And well, and across a few pages here, there are some amazing traps with some very funny names. For example, there is a trap in here that's called An Ice Way to Die, and there's even a trap in here called the Brain Melter. And does this book have a list with encounters by terrain? Well, of course it does. And does it have a list with encounters by monster? Well, yes, indeed, it does. The dangerous part about reviewing these kinds of books is to go too deep into it, risking half the fun for you guys. But if you are looking for a tome, a almost 200 pages thick book full of amazing, unique encounters from level 1 to level 20, amazing traps and an amazing trap building system, and of course some amazing artwork, well, this book is actually perfect for you. Also, I can say that no two encounters in here are even remotely the same. They are all have this unique aspect, and I think this is the reason why they called it the Total Party Kill Handbook, because your players will really need to figure out what's going on in each of these encounters. If they figure out what's going on, well, they will feel heroic, and if they don't figure out what's going on, things can get really tough really fast. So although your party can get killed from this book in no way, shape or form tries to kill your party. Also, it is worth saying that every encounter in here has at least 3, 4, 5, 6 pages of explanation, of tactics, of history, summary for the encounter, so you will never be left out of inspiration. For every encounter you get artwork, for every encounter you get tips for scaling it, you get plot hooks for every encounter, you get stat blocks for new creatures, for every encounter you get an introduction and tips for running it, and tips for changing it up for your party. I can only find one major flaw in this book, and that is if I kill my party with an encounter I've found in a book called the Total Party Kill Handbook, I will never, ever hear the end of it. So this was my review of the Total Party Kill Handbook. In my opinion, a very, very great product. And if you want to get your hands on this book, make sure to hit the link in the description below and use my promo code TRSQ to get 5% off. And I, again, am affiliated with 2C Gaming, meaning that I will take a very small amount of the profit of the sales coming from that promo code. But please keep in mind that I would never ever feature a product on my channel that I am not a fan of. So if you want to check out any of my other reviews, make sure to click on one of these videos right here and it will magically teleport you to the right video. If you want to see me review more stuff, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up and comment below with what you would want to see me review next. Anyway, I am Mr. Tarask and I hope your inspiration may guide you.